Who am I here? Who am I there? Navigating identity shifts across spaces. We are born bare into a strange and unknown universe, with no clue as to why we are here. Yet, from the very moment of birth, we are surrounded by a multitude of identities, socio-economic, political, and religious, that are given to us rather than chosen by us. As we grow, we begin attaching ourselves to different identities, consciously and unconsciously, thereby entering the endless game of self-creation. These new identities, however, rarely stand alone. They often intertwine with the ones we were already given. For instance, a child born into a wealthy family may attend an elite school, while one from a lower-income background may be limited to public schools. Thus, even our earliest opportunities of self-definition are influenced by prior circumstances. Education plays a profound role in shaping who we are. Schools not only impart knowledge but also assign identities. Consider the house systems with names like love, peace, or hope. Students quickly learn to take pride in their house affiliation. My nieces and nephews, for example, speak passionately about their class sections. Section B, they say, has the reputation of being the most notorious, while Section C is mocked as the geeky one, making them proud of being in Section A. The precise labels do not matter. What matters is how such groupings continuously generate and reinforce identity. One might even hypothesize that students mold their self-image in accordance with the reputations attached to their sections. At present, such reflections remain conjectural, but they highlight how identity is a constant work in progress. Identity formation also extends beyond schools. In families, for example, colloquial categories such as single child, youngest, middle child, or eldest become shorthand identities. The youngest or only child is often teased as pampered, the eldest as responsible, and the middle child as forgotten. I am not aware of formal research confirming these stereotypes, yet they persist at least at the level of everyday banter, once again adding another layer to one's sense of self. Academic performance, too, creates new divides. Top-ranking students may be labeled prodigies, geniuses, or favorites of teachers and relatives. Those at the other end of the spectrum may find themselves branded as lazy, dull, or failures. Yet, when the focus shifts from academics to sports, these hierarchies can invert. The so-called geeks may face ridicule, while athletic students bask in applause. Physical appearance provides another dimension of identity. Children and adolescents are praised as beautiful, handsome, athletic, or graceful, or else derided as ugly, fat, or short. Even skin color can deeply shape the self-perception of a growing individual. After middle school, a decisive shift occurs when students choose academic streams. In India, this typically divides into two paths: science and technology on one side, and humanities and social sciences on the other. Expectations from parents and society soon crystallize. Science students are thought of as future doctors, engineers, or scientists, symbols of success, wealth, and prestige. Art students, by contrast, are often dismissed as having chosen the easier path and are judged as less productive. I must insert a disclaimer here. These are broad generalizations, and my reflections stem from personal experience and observations within Indian culture. They should therefore be taken with a pinch of salt. My aim is not to defend stereotypes, but to illustrate how identities continuously shape and reshape the self we believe to be ours. Beyond school, a new phase begins when individuals migrate to other cities, states, or even countries. This stage is marked by exposure to entirely different sets of identities. The contrasts we encounter can enrich us, add to our identities, or lead to clashes. Enrichment occurs when existing identities, such as talents, education, or appearance, are refined or deepened. Addition happens when one acquires entirely new identities, such as becoming a member of a college club, hostel wing, or regional community. Clashes arise from divides in class, language, food preferences, or cultural practices. Each encounter, whether enriching, additive, or conflictual, further reshapes our idea of self. Another critical moment in identity formation arises at the transition from college to work life. Schools and universities claim to prepare us for this shift, yet no one is ever fully prepared for the disruptions it entails. Once again, we undergo enrichment, addition, and clashes of identity. But unlike in college, where openness to novelty is high, the workplace finds us more rigid. By then, many people have developed a consolidated sense of self, becoming less flexible in adapting to new identities, and more defensive of the ones they already hold. Marriage introduces yet another powerful identity. The self now merges into a coupled self, shaped partly by the partner's identity. Eventually, parenthood arrives, adding the identity of caregiver, nurturer, and guide. Life, in a sense, comes full circle. The identities accumulated over decades shape the environment into which the next generation is born. The newborn enters the same cycle, navigating, acquiring, and negotiating identities, while the parent gradually shifts focus from adopting new identities to defending, propagating, or amplifying the self already formed. Finally, death itself closes the journey, marking the end of one's capacity to assume new identities.